Welcome back. She's usually in her kitchen making something delicious and fitness friendly for us, but today Kansas food blogger and now author Paige Alexander joins us in studio to tell us all about her new book, Real Food Recovery. Paige, it's so nice to see you, finally meet you in person.
I know, right?
Yeah, usually we get to see her cooking up something for us at home, but here she is today.
Here I am.
And you brought with you a very exciting thing, your first book.
My new baby.
Yeah, really.
I know. This has been quite an adventure because this started out, the long story is it started out with my partner Jamie Morgan Reno and I just started a podcast 2 years ago to help awareness about the effects of ultra processed food on our bodies and our lives.
Yeah.
From there it parlayed into an online food addiction support community.
Wow.
Where we help coach people through the struggles with food addiction. And then from there, she was approached about writing a book. She has a remarkable story. She's lost over 250 pounds, kept it off for like 15 years. That's like 0.001% of the population who's ever done anything like that. And then they asked me to be a part of it because she's remarkable. I'm traditional. I've got more of the standard story of just fighting with sugar addiction from my earliest memory and fighting cravings. And so we came together and we designed this recovery program. It's built on this 16 branches with the 4 cornerstones of being single ingredient food, sleep, exercise or movement, and some form of spirituality. We don't tell people to go to church, just something to turn to when the chips are down. And then we have another dozen branches of stress management and connection to self, connection to others, creativity, education, those type of things, where your life can be built on meaningful things that you're not turning to food for recreation or entertainment. We're allowing food to do its job, because when you use food for reasons other than nutrition, you're really giving food a bigger job than it was ever designed to do.
Sure.
So that's where it all kind of started, and it has really blossomed. We made it to the #1 bestseller list on Amazon last week. We get the gold sticker now.
Which is huge. It's an awesome accomplishment. Congratulations on that.
Much.
Not even just, fleshing out a book in real life, but also making it on that list. It's just incredible. So is this categorized as what you would call like a self-help book? You mentioned 16-step program.
I call it a self-help memoir. So our book is filled with stories, real life stories of how we did this. And then we lace in there of how we've done it, and we give takeaways in each chapter on these branches of recovery to help how do you succeed in those areas. A lot of success is built on planning and organization, not willpower. We will not use willpower. It's really about developing skills and helping people figure out, in this situation, what do I do? In that situation, what do I do? Relationships may be a trigger. Trauma may be a trigger. The break room may be a trigger. So working with people that have real life situations of how do I handle myself when we are living in an environment where food is everywhere. And if you're a girl, usually sugar is a problem. That has been studied, that sugar is more of a problem for females than men, and it's just ubiquitous in our environment. And you know what? Kids are the #1 growing population of obesity in our society. It's a real problem out there.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's also hard just to know these things because there's so much information out there. They don't really teach you this stuff in school.
That's right.
And then also, just to even recognize the signs in yourself, what would you say to that if maybe one of our viewers right now is like, I don't know if I have a sugar addiction, maybe I want to lose weight. How do you know that?
Good question. So if you are using food when you're angry, lonely, bored, tired, you're using food instead of addressing yourself, what do I really need right now? And usually the answer is always comfort. So what can that look like instead of food? What could I do for myself that would help promote my health and not hinder myself in the long run? So many people think that you're just ill-willed if you turn to cookies, but people that rely on cookies continually, I'm just using cookies as an example, you are starting to live off the pleasure-pain balance. So your reward systems are down-regulated when you do this continually, and people aren't trying to like get high off of sugar, they're just trying to get out of pain typically.
Oh yeah, like we're just trying to feel good in that moment, just function and normally.
That's exactly right. And so we do a lot of future self work
Cool.
with people, how I do what I do for how I feel after. This morning I got up and made sure I got up early enough to do my workout before I got here because I knew I wouldn't get it done earlier.
Yeah.
Did I want to get up extra early? Not really. I mean, I
Yeah.
wanted to see you, but I really didn't want to get up extra early.
No, it's tough, yeah. But yeah, it's about planning and taking that
Absolutely.
initiative is really, it's all connected.
Absolutely. So that's what we work on people
Yeah.
with, of how do we, it's manageable, we can make it work, but it does take effort.
Sure, Paige, it sounds incredible. Thank you for being here. How can we get our hands on the book?
Amazon, it's on Amazon right now. I don't know if you can share the link from your Amazon, but it is on Amazon, so you can find it there. And now, again, you can find the gold sticker on there as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, and then we've got a link to your website, and we'll have
Yes.
a link to where you can find the book. And we like to keep up with Paige, of course, and all of her recipes. We like to have her on from time to time, as you know. But hey, we are going to put a link to where you can find Real Food Recovery on our website, including with this interview at cake.com/guest. So you can hear what Paige had to say about it a little bit and maybe even recognize if this is a book that would work for you or someone you know. Paige,
Perfect.
thank you. We appreciate
Thank you.
it.
I love it.
All
Thanks,
right,
guys.
We'll be right back.